Yeah.
Yo, what's up? We're gonna hop straight in. So I have recorded 2 videos already that I've scrapped because they were boring as hell. I'm trying to think. I don't have. I keep running out of topics to talk about. I talk too much, and because I talk too much, I'm running out of stuff to talk about. I got nothing to talk about, you know. And plus, nothing goes on in my life. Nothing happens at all. You know, I wake up, I drink coffee, I play Titanfall, I go to bed, I complain that I don't do anything else, and I don't do anything to change it. But honestly, I think I'm gonna talk about the internet. The internet is cool. The internet's cool in general. You know, I love it. It's nice, but it's also a horrible place. But in general, I think it's a good thing, honestly. No, it's cool being able to reach a bunch of people at once. And I think I've talked about this before in one of my first videos, but I think I want to go more in depth on it. You know, like, it's interesting. I remember growing up with the internet, I never did anything at all. Never did anything. I wasn't even aware it existed for the most part. All I knew is, how to put this? All I know is people make posts, Facebook was a thing, and that's pretty much it. But I never realized YouTube's a thing, and I could have probably, you know, watched YouTube back when, what the hell, man? This is the second game in a row that one person kills me, instantly teabags. What was his name? Someone with an M? What's his name? Mawson. Okay, good enough. I don't like toxic people. Toxic people are rude. They're mean. I think they're mean, you know? You know, when someone's being mean, I don't be mean back. Because if I'm mean back, it means they got the best of me. And they got the best of me. It means, I don't know, they win or something like that. Oh yeah, the reason I'm using the Mozambique, I mentioned this in my last attempt to do a video, but not in this one. I recently hit G10 on my car SMG, so I figured, you know what? Change of pace. Let's do something different. So I did something different, and I'm now using the Mozambique exclusively. This is probably going to cost me a bunch of wins, but I don't really care because this is more fun. So I'm going to stick a turret over here. Also, yeah, I betrayed everything I stand against. I'm using pilot sentries now because, not because I want to win, but because, you know, it just makes the game go by faster. I'm here just to level up for the most part, you know. I have fun. If I have fun, there's too many people in here. I don't like this. I'm scared. If I have fun, then, you know, my next priority, win. I'm always having fun, so I'm going to be trying to win. I'm going to stick a gravity star in there. There's a guy over here. Let me get him. Where is he? There he is. Where is he? There's a guy here, no? What was I talking about? Yeah, the internet. Internet's cool. I like it. Social media is fun. Social media is really fun. It's a good and a bad thing, you know. It's a good thing because you can reach a bunch of people, but it's also a bad thing because you can reach a lot of people. And if you're a mean person, then a lot of people are gonna see that, you know. Personally, I try to be positive on the internet. I don't like being rude. You know, there's no, like, the world, the normal world, as is full of people who are mean. But, well, like, it makes no sense that I would, you know, contribute to it. You know, and I feel like, because, like, people are being toxic right now. Like that, they're being toxic, you know. And if someone's being mean, it doesn't justify you being mean too, you know. And I feel like if they're being mean, it's because you piss them off. And I feel like it pisses them off even more to show that you're not angry at all. That's just how this game works. And I seriously, I still don't understand why people are, you know, people are toxic like that. I don't understand it because this game is so like it's dying. No one really plays it anymore. So there's no reason for people to like be like this, you know. Maybe it's just how they are. I don't know. These guys are after me, bro. What? Please. Where am I, man? Okay. Well, he's gonna die from that. Alright, so let's see. Oh yeah, also I switched my my Titan killer. I switched my Titan killer from the what's it called? The magnetic grenade launcher. I swapped it to the archer because, you know, I felt like it. I'm gonna keep trying to level up this Mozam. I think it's gonna be really funny if I can get this to a significant level. And this is not an easy weapon to use. I was saying before how it's really good, and I've had like I think most of my kills I've had with this is with like a point blank shot, like kind of aimed towards the head, and that usually one shots. So that pretty much goes with any weapon in this game, honestly. If you hit with any shotgun actually, if you hit, you know, headshots for the most part, they're done. I'm gonna kind of blindly, I'll put that there. That's sick. But yeah, it goes with any shotgun in this game. You know, if you have kind of decent aim, yeah, they're screwed. Yeah, internet, I like it, you know. I like spreading positivity, but I feel like there's a right and a wrong way to do it, you know. I feel like the right way is just kind of passively doing it, you know, just kind of, just being kind, you know, just being a regular, kind person. Because there's no reason for people to be mean. There really isn't, you know. Like, even if you don't like someone, doesn't mean you gotta be, like, hostile, you know. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for aggression and stuff like that. You know, I just kind of learned. I remember when I was younger. Actually, I was very like I misbehaved a lot. I was always in the office at my school. I knew everybody by name. And I'm pretty sure they hated me too. I swear, like my character, my not caretakers. What's the term for it? Like the helpers, the people who would sit beside me to make sure I didn't throw a table. Those people, I'm pretty sure I aged each of them like 6 years just from putting up with my bullcrap. And luckily, I have mellowed out much more, especially in recent years, which is good. Which is really, really good. And I remember, I feel so bad for that one specific, like, I can't remember, what's that term for it? Like, assistant, or, I don't know the term for it. I'm just gonna go with caretaker. I remember one specific caretaker. I remember when I first went to that school, she was so, like, bubbly, excited, and full of life, and then, like, when I saw her again in, like, 6th grade, she just looked dead inside, and I felt so bad. But she wasn't one of the caretakers that really helped me, so, I mean, I can't really blame myself for that. Yeah, this game's going pretty well, actually. I'm surprised. I cut this guy off. He's right there. That guy right there. I gotta just go like quickly take care of him. There we go. Where are my kills at? 17. That's not bad. That's actually not bad. I'm pretty happy about that. Last game I think I got like 15. Which is it's also kind of good, but I mean, you know, like you know, as always, you know, could be better. Really could be better. You know, I always strive to be better. Not just in video games, but also, you know, in real life. You know, every person got some work to do on themselves. Ooh. Yeah, everyone has work to do on themselves. You know, there's no sense in, like, you know, lying to yourself and saying you're perfect. Like, even if you think you're doing really good, even if you think, you know, you're doing great, you know, there's no harm in still trying to work on yourself. You know, everyone, like, there's not one person in the entire world that's like a finished job when it comes to, you know, like self-care, self-help. You know, everyone could use a little more of that. You know, whether it's like, I think I talked about it in my video. What's it called? Like, yapping about doing nothing and why it's mostly okay. In that video, I discussed, you know, it's good just to sit in silence for a good while, you know, just do absolutely nothing. And, like, doing absolutely nothing, I said it a lot in that video, it's not necessarily bad, it's just there's a right and a wrong way to do it, you know, because if you have responsibilities and you're just doing absolutely nothing and nothing's getting done, that's an objectively bad way to do it, because, you know, you're getting nothing done, it's disrupting your life. But if it doesn't really disrupt much and it's just kind of just you, well, like, you're just hanging out, just enjoying life, you know, that's alright. Everyone should care about themselves. It's important, you know, it's important to me too. I prioritize mental health a lot because I've had a lot of friends who dealt with it, and I've also dealt with it a lot. If I can help someone, or a better way to put it, if I can support someone, I'll support them. And if I'm there for them and I meet them halfway, I expect them to also meet me halfway, you know. And this goes, you know, if you help anybody, you know, you can't do the whole thing for them. They gotta meet you in the middle. They gotta work a little bit too. But shoot, what was I talking about? I was talking about, what was it? I was talking about the internet. The internet's cool. I was talking about internet and people are mean, and then, you know, being mean is kind of mean. Alright, I'm gonna brainstorm a couple more things to branch off from that, and then cue into this next match. I'm gonna cut the video. Yo, okay, I'm back. So I was thinking for a second, I was thinking internet. You know, from internet, really easy to stem from that, humor. Humor has changed a lot. Internet has changed humor a lot. You know, I still, to this day, I can't tell if it's changed it in a good way or a bad way. You know, I feel like it's, kind of goes all over the place when it comes to, you know, internet humor. Now, I feel like to a certain extent, some stuff has been ruined, some stuff has gotten a lot better. But I mean, overall, I think it's better, you know. Internet is good. You know, entertainment is always good. Laughing is always good. You know, I have no idea how I got that guy, but I'm not going to complain that I did. But yeah, internet humor has changed a lot. And I feel like growing up, I think my internet humor kind of lied more with, like, early internet, if that makes sense, you know? Like very, very colorful thumbnails, like not the obnoxious kind that you see nowadays where it's all just random stuff. Like obviously, yeah, you know, times change, but I feel like recently it's gotten kind of bad in that, you know, in that manner. But maybe it's just how, you know, every generation is to the one before them. Like they don't understand their type of humor and stuff like that. I think the reason that makes me a little more confused is because growing up, not really having many friends, I kind of gravitated towards, you know, the adults in my life, and I kind of picked up mostly their humor, which was like either 90s humor, early 2000s humor. So I feel like that also contributed a lot to my sense of humor. And I was gonna say, how the hell? It's like just gonna pop this guy. I'm dead! Please! Yes! Alright, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, I feel like my humor kind of gravitated much more to the adults in my life, you know? Like, not just my mom, but also my dad, you know, also my uncles, my aunts. And I feel like I gravitated much more towards that because I didn't really have any friends to go off of, you know. Other than the internet, I didn't really have much, you know, not really any socializing or anything like that. And my screen didn't lock onto him. That was just by chance. Please, no. Alright, I gotta stay on topic. But yeah, my humor gravitated towards the adults in my life. But yeah, it was, like, my humor was kind of a mix of, you know, like, older humor and then slightly newer humor. And I feel like that, you know, that contributed to how I am right now. And then also, especially, you know, the few friends I did have played a huge part of my humor. Huge. And I keep a lot of that humor even till today, which sucks, because a lot of that humor, was like, what's it called? I think my ex, actually, I grew up with them. And yeah, like, I think, I remember we were both just like the weird kids, you know, nobody really talked to us, and we just kind of gravitated towards, there's a group of, I guess, like, outcasts, I want to say, you know, didn't really fit in any group, wasn't interested in sports, wasn't, you know, well-known or popular, because nobody really cared for us, but we were chill with that, because we were, you know, more introverted anyways. But yeah, humor has changed a lot, you know, and I still, like, I think overall it's a good thing, but, I mean, at the same time, it's kind of all over the place, you know? Because it's reaching, well, again, it's always kind of been like this, but, like, even more so, I feel like recently, it's reaching a point where, you know, like, blatant disrespect is just seen as humor. Which I feel like, in a way, I understand it. You know, if you're just making fun of people in, like, a lighthearted way. But I feel like recently it's just been mainly about seeing who can say the most offensive thing possible. and it's more of shock humor than anything, you know. Which, I mean, to an extent, yeah, it's all right. You know, I like dark humor, but I mean the dark humor that well, the quote unquote dark humor recently, it's bad. You know, and I feel like a lot of shows kind of had like irreparable damage on that. I think like Family Guy is a big one. I feel like Family Guy did a lot of damage. I remember I used to be interested in Family Guy. I remember, how was it? It was like middle school, I want to say. I really liked Family Guy. I thought it was funny. And then I got older, and then I realized, it's kind of funny. It's not bad, but, you know, there's better stuff. And then I got into South Park. South Park is much better. Yeah, humor changes a lot, and like I see it changing more and more, and on TikTok especially. I feel like when it comes to any type of like newer humor, I feel like TikTok's the one that gets hit first with it. TikTok's the social media that gets hit with like, yeah, just the new stuff, like the hardest, because I feel like that's where a lot of it derives from. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it is really funny. I like nonsense memes. I like memes that make no sense. But I mean, much like everything, it's to an extent. You know, I can only laugh at something that makes absolutely no sense so many times. I'm not sure. What do I do here? Probably use this. Ooh. That was crazy. Still haven't really found a good balance between, you know, gameplay commentary and just talking randomly about different stuff. Still haven't still haven't found a good balance, honestly. I feel like I'm just gonna keep sticking to just doing kind of what I feel like. You know, if I feel like talking a lot, I'll talk a lot. If I don't feel like talking, I'll do pretty much what I did for like my last, I think, video or two, where it was just me talking about the game for the most part. And I tried to do that a third time. Or actually, let me think. No. It was like the last, it was the last 4 videos I've made. Also, the last 2 videos I posted. There's a lot of videos I don't post. It used to be very rare. It would only... Okay. It used to only be if the video was, like, excruciatingly boring, or I could not find like anything to talk about. Those are the only exceptions. Otherwise, I would post pretty much everything I made. And yeah, it was the case of pretty much both of those. The last video I posted, or the last video I made, which was earlier today, it was directly before this. It was boring, like nothing going on, you know. I wanted to make it more gameplay commentary, but it was so boring. I don't like boring, you know. Boring is okay. Boring is fine, but I don't want to make boring, you know. I want to make fun. Yeah, maybe not always funny, but at least fun, entertaining, you know. And I'm not gonna constantly like be stressing about making every video better than the last. You know, I'll try to make them better, but if I can't always keep up with that, you know, I'll do my best. You know, I'm not saying that as an excuse to be lazy. I'm just saying that because, you know, I have fun making these videos. You know, I have fun, just the whole process in general. You know, it's nice to be able just to talk about random stuff without any clear direction, and like it's cool. I like this. I feel like this is good. You know, this is good for me. You know, I like getting out my thoughts, because before it would just be every single day I'm completely silent. I think I had like a full week a while back where I did not talk I didn't say a single word. That was more like it's because I wanted to do that, you know. Like I wanted like more control. I wanted, you know, silence. So I just decided not to talk. And my family hated it. My family hated it so much. They yelled at me a lot. They complained the entire time. But I didn't care because I was happier that way. And honestly, I still consider going back to that. I liked it. You know, like a 1 week vow of silence. It was very, very calming, very relaxing. I was able to focus much more, you know. And I think I only had a couple of slip-ups. where I did talk. A couple of slip ups, but it was never like a full conversation. And I learned some sign language in that time as well. I taught some to my sister. I remember, it was so nice of her actually. She stayed up late. Like I think the first night I decided to go silent. She stayed up late, just learning simple sign language so we can communicate, and it was nice. And she still uses it when she wants to talk crap about our mom. She speaks in sign language, and I see her sign an F. I see her sign a U, and I'm just like, okay, stop. There's a guy right there, a little fella. There's a guy right there too. I want to hide from that guy. Just see him right there. Can I hit him with that? Beat the crap out of him. Oh shoot. This is bad. This is really bad. Please! Yes! Alright, cool. How does this game go? 14, not bad. And we wiped the whole team. Crazy. Cool. That was fun. I like that. I'm gonna leave it there, actually. I kind of ran out of stuff to talk about. Or I didn't run out of stuff, but I feel like this is a good spot because I don't want to make a full hour video. Let's see how much I leveled up, though. Okay, I'm getting there. I think, let me try to do the math here. So let's just say 333 for simple math. So 3 times this would be, I'm not good at math. What is that? Like 40 hours, I want to say? 40? Let's go with 40. Yeah, it's like 40 hours. So 40 hours times 3, it would be 120 hours to get G10, and then it would be like over 1,000, like 1,200 to get G100. I'll make it. I'll get there. You know, I ain't gonna pass away anytime soon, so I'll have plenty of time to do that. You know, I'm gonna get there. I've wanted to get to that point for years and years. I see people who've been playing this game since the day it came out, and I'm like, damn, I want to be that high level. I want to scare people. Yeah, I'm gonna work towards that though. I'm gonna keep playing. Today. You know. So if you watched this far, thank you very much. You know, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you had a nice day, and I hope you continue to have a nice day. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. I guess. What day is it? Saturday. Yeah. So have a good rest of your weekend, and take care. I'll see you tomorrow.